The Real House Guys of Sacramento podcast.
I'm going to go ahead and kick this off while you guys open that up.
Kick it off.
Welcome to the Real House Guys of Sacramento. I'm Jake Guerin. I'm here with Pablo Salazar.
Holla.
And Tom Gonsalves. And for those watching on the video, you can see that we've got a rock star, a well-known character here in Sacramento. We are super happy to have him here. I'm personally excited. I've enjoyed your food, your restaurant, your hospitality immensely. I always wanted to meet you. My daughter's had the chance to meet you. She said you're a fantastic guy. I've got a couple friends that know you, one being Henry DeVere-White. So he talks highly about you. And I briefly saw you do St. Baldrick's last year, I think it was, or maybe the year before, where you actually did the shave, which is really pretty cool. You showed up with a big lock of hair, and by the time you left, it was all gone. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. This was a guest that we wanted to have for Tom's birthday. Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday.
Dude, one day when
25.
You're almost 30, dude.
Yes.
Don't lie to yourself. What are we drinking here? So Taro brought in something here.
I didn't.
have no idea what this is.
No, Taro did not.
You didn't.
I did.
I'm trying to give Taro credit for something.
So I
Came out empty-handed.
I knew this was a bit of a risk because I went to Google and I looked at Japanese offering or whatever, and it said obviously bring them something that they like to drink. So I wasn't sure. I asked one of your bartenders when I was in there eating. She pointed out this one, so I found it luckily at Cordy's last minute. Cordy Brothers here.
This is strong.
And he's Sac, right? So I wasn't sure if this was going to backfire or not, but we also brought in some Italian chocolates because I'm Italian and Portuguese. So.
Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
But I don't know. This is called Kikusui?
Yes, we call Funaguchi. It's a 19% raw, undiluted sake.
Fantastic.
All right,
so
kanpai.
let's start with
This is
that.
fantastic.
Kanpai.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers.
Yes.
Goodbye. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, how do you say cheers?
Kanpai means bottoms up.
Kapai.
Sure.
Kanpai.
Salute.
Kanpai.
Salute.
Excellent.
And I know that I got all the camera gear stuff set up, all the lighting set up. You comfortable over there? It's
Yes.
probably a little warm in here.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm sitting here without a beer. That's just fine, Tom. Thank you, man.
Okay,
No.
sorry.
It's all
Share
good.
mine.
It's all good. I've got my sake.
Okay. I'd like to kick this off. I had an intro for Taro.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Okay. Formal intro.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, formal. Here we go. Ready?
Okay, formal.
Are you the guy that gives a speech like written down? You don't off the cuff it?
Dude, I never cuff it.
Dude, start it with our title. So just in case mine sucked, you can just.
I love
roll
yours.
yours,
No,
man.
we have two intros.
Let's do it.
Are you guys ready for this one?
So, thank you, brother.
I'll pass it over.
All right.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Are you ready for the formal intro?
Sure.
A son of a pastor who is also a pastor. And shake your head if you're like, oh, you're wrong. You're losing it.
I'm listening.
Just roll.
A book author, a master in sociology, owner of 9 of the most loved restaurants in the world. Loved, right?
Yes.
A man who started off struggling to serve and dine 30 people a day is now serving 1.8 million guests a year.
Whoa.
Moves more sushi than Godzilla can eat. Over 700,000 pounds of seafood a year.
Wow.
Coined the term ocean to chopstick, one-upping Sacramento's farm to fork movement. So, I can keep going, but without further ado, it is an honor to welcome Mikuni's CDO, Chief Dreaming Officer, Taro.
Love it, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
Wow.
I've been just practicing that all night.
Man,
you.
well, you did fantastic.
But
job.
I don't deserve to be here, right? I mean, I have no talent either. People said,
You have a talent for making people smile, Taro.
I don't know, it's a talent, or I'm just a
gift
goofy
of
looking guy that people laughed at me.
I planned
You're humble.
to have green hair, but I just didn't get around to it. I was lucky to get this stuff last minute, But I just love your personality. We see it everywhere. I mean, you're like the local celebrity success story.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up going to the place over at Fair Oaks.
Yeah. Original store.
And the little side room with headbands, and we'd be doing sake bombs, all my buddies. So it's been a long time. I don't know if I met you way back then or not, but
I was there.
you were there, yeah. So this show is really about getting to know these people that are influential in Sacramento. We've had some other big names that came on the show: Randy Paragary, Peter Hoy, that's kind of new to the scene. You're a huge name here. We're super excited. The point of this podcast is to learn more about you. So
Sure.
I know very little, other than, you know, what I kind of see from the outside. I know that you grew up in the business. So I would love to hear how you decided to follow in those footsteps, how you've taken it from what it was to what it is now, which is a huge company.
Well, first of all, I'm from Japan.
Okay.
And in Japan, I was kind of like outcast. I was kind of crazy. My last name is Arai, means wild. Taro means first son. So my
Wild first.
yeah, that's my name means. But so
Interesting.
I had reverse mohawk in junior high school. You know what that is? Not mohawk, just
reverse?
shave the middle.
Oh, gotcha.
Pretty ugly.
Like, was that an accident?
No, I just want to be myself.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
teacher didn't like it, so they just paint my bald spot with a Sharpie.
This was in Japan.
In Japan.
Okay.
So anything I did, I got in trouble. And then first day in junior high school, I had to wear black uniform. My parents didn't have much money, so I got it from my cousin, but shoes didn't fit. And we have a school color shoes, but it was expensive. So I found the red shoes for half off. So I told my dad, I'll take the red shoes. And then I wore that in first day in school, 2,500 students were there. Morning assembly, I was the only one with the wrong color shoes, right?
Wow.
And the principal, he was a judo teacher, he said, hey, kid on the red shoes, come up to the podium. I said, yes, I feel so special.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I'm waving at my friends. And he said, turn around. So I turn around, and he's just smacking my face. I start bleeding everywhere.
Wow.
Okay.
And the principal said, if you don't follow school rules, that gonna happen to you.
They made an example of
right.
you.
So I wasn't that special.
Can things still go down like that in Japan
Well,
now?
this is
or-
old time
Yeah.
too, and I'm from countryside of Japan too. So I gave both shoes to him, and I didn't wear shoes for a year. I was hurting, but I have to make a statement.
Wow.
I told my
Ooh.
dad, "What do I do here? I can't be myself." My dad said, "I heard America is a good place for you to go." I said, "Okay, I'm going to America now."
Wow.
And then we didn't have money, so I just started doing a newspaper route when I was 11, and $6,000 raised. I told my parents, I think I'm ready to go to the United States. And my parents, my brother, sister, they all said they want to go with me. So I end up paying for their airplane tickets to move over to America.
Wow, it's Taro.
All,
That's how we
all
got
from
here.
a paper route?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was not easy, 365 days, no day off.
Did
My
you
parents
buy?
never
Did
helped
you
me.
buy the airplane flight before shoes?
I mean, no, after.
You had to get shoes for the paper route.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Taro, you
yes.
didn't wear shoes out of spite to make a point?
I was bleeding too.
How
here and
long?
there, but
How long did you not wear
whole
shoes?
year.
Wait, what?
Whole year.
A whole year.
A whole
to school.
year
Yeah.
Yeah.
to prove a point.
I'm a little hard-headed.
That
I'm
is
a little
amazing.
too crazy. But
No,
you're
I-
hard-headed, yet you're like that. I don't see that in you.
No, I love that
That is
because I think
crazy.
we're so used to conforming, right? We're so used. I mean, I am. As a kid, it's like you either conform or you stand out. And
Good point.
To put your foot down, no fun intended, but to do that and stand up for what you wanted to do and believe in, that was pretty cool. I mean, I know a lot of kids can learn from that.
But I came to America, I thought I'm going to see Brooke Shields, Sharon Stone, all this stuff. I'm like, I was so excited to be here. And then I wanted to go Real Americano. They said no, because my English was barely nothing.
Okay.
And I didn't know anybody here. So they say Hiram Johnson is the only one who has English as second language. So I went there.
Wow.
I didn't see Sharon Stone anymore.
Where did you come to when you came to the States? What city did you go to?
Straight to Sacramento.
Straight to Sacramento.
And
why Sacramento?
my aunt was here. She already went back to
Okay.
Japan, but she said Sacramento is a great place to be. So we came here. And then amazing thing is, my dad has been a pastor all his life. We found a Japanese church in Sacramento South, and then they need a Japanese-speaking pastor.
Oh wow.
So he got a job there, and we got a green card right away. That was a miracle.
Wow.
The only problem was they only had 3 first generations Japanese, and they were 88, 91, and 101, right?
Oh wow.
They're more than halfway to heaven. So they pay my dad only $450 a month. That was his pay. So that's why I had to do newspaper route with my brother, housework, collecting cans, cardboards. We did everything that we can. I used to sell futons too. I mean, that's how we.
And this was how old were you then?
I was 15 and a half.
15. Okay, wow. So you literally helped bring your family here. And so that's amazing to hear. That's super like old school mentality. It's something like my grandfather played the clarinet. No, he did. And he would bring home money, you know, to help pay.
Wow.
You know, he'd play like a private audience for Al Capone and come home. And
I hope I have that talent.
I'm like 14, you know, but it's amazing. So how did you guys get started into the restaurant industry?
So we
was the
kept
catalyst
moving
for
and
that?
moving because we couldn't pay the rent. So our, you know, $350 our max. And then we kept moving. And one time we're driving by the Roseville, we saw a Japanese guy. Oh, you know, you could tell. Fanny pack, glasses, taking pictures. So I said, oh, he needs help. So we stopped by. We got to know him. And he came from same prefecture with my dad. And they exchanged the phone number. And he asked my dad, what are you doing in America? My dad said, you know, God gave me a vision that we're going to open the restaurant together. Because, you know, he wants to support the church because our church is so small. And God gave me a vision. So, but I told my dad, how can we start the restaurant with $2,000 in a bank account all together? But he said, well, God gave me a vision. It'll happen. So they exchanged the phone number. He went back to Japan. He called my dad. What are you doing in America? My dad said, we're opening a restaurant together.
Awesome.
And this guy said, all right, why don't you give me a bank account number? I want to be in it. And next time we went to the bank, found out he sent us $300,000.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
And that was the start.
Oh my goodness.
It still gives me
Wait,
chills.
I don't know if I blacked out from the sake or if I heard this correctly, but what was the connection with this guy?
We don't know him. We just met him a couple of times, and he went back to Japan. He was buying houses in Roseville, so we even asked too, if you have a house for $350 a month, we'd love to rent it. And he showed me all the houses he bought. Pick one. I mean, everything just
Out of a chance meeting, you decided to stop and talk to this individual.
That's it.
Wow.
And he. I mean, I still remember that morning.
Yeah.
I saw that 0000.
Oh my goodness. Taro,
believe it.
I don't believe in coincidences, and I know you're a man of God, and I know a little bit about from your book, right? And I'd love to know more about your father, how he would just continue to tithe to the church.
Oh yeah.
He was almost giving more than he was making, and I feel like, you know, it's such a hard thing. You have all the success, and I just, from your personality, I know you praise the Lord, you give it all to him, you credit him for everything. It's I think it's hard for people to let go of things because they feel like
They have something. We didn't have
retain.
much anyway in the beginning, but
That's amazing. So your father did that. Did that upset the family?
so the thing is, you know, go back to restaurant. You know, I didn't speak English. I went to high school. Somebody said, if you don't understand, just say no problem. I said, okay, no problem. Who's your favorite teacher? No problem. So they start calling me Mr. No Problem.
That's awesome.
And I mean, I had no idea. And even, you know, homecoming dance, I was ditched, you know. But
Hey, me too.
no, you too.
Yeah, we're
They're
good.
so nice.
We're
They made
good.
a circle for me.
Was that the
No
first
problem.
time? Was that the
I
first time
danced.
you tried the reverse mohawk? I don't know.
No, because that was a lost in translation. She wasn't asking me. I thought she was because she gave me a hug. We don't hug in Japan. Oh, wow, she loves me. I guess I have to go.
Wow.
But she was just asking me if you want to go with somebody else. But anyway, and then when we opened the restaurant too, after we got the money, my dad had no idea where to open. He opened the map. He used the runners. He said, I want to run by the dam. That's the only reason he picked out the fair.
That's the story.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
off
he
of
liked
Hazel,
the
right?
dam.
Yeah, I mean, Go River wasn't really developed yet. Folsom wasn't there. Only Airjet and maybe Intel.
And you had bike,
Yeah.
were there any bike trails? Because that's a beautiful area of off
Now
of
it
Hazel. And yeah, I mean, you can go up and down the river
Right.
on your bike.
Yeah.
And for runners, they love it over there in that part of Fair
Right.
Oaks.
So, I mean, that was bad, you know, location. And they said this hood is $50,000. Oh, no problem, right? This lighting system is $15,000. No problem. We kept writing a check. Within 6 months, we ran out of all the money.
Gone.
That's amazing.
So more we worked, more we lost money.
So did you build that location then? Or it was
So that
just,
a shell. We just
yeah,
did it
so it was
inside.
just you were doing your own improvements
Right.
as a tenant. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Anyways.
Whereas now if you had no money, you would negotiate those to be paid by
Oh.
the landlord, right?
Yeah. I mean, Everything we did was wrong because we had no idea. We had nobody to ask for help. And my dad never done business, never cooked in his life.
That's what I was about to ask you. Is like so you wanted to open a restaurant. Obviously, it's going to be a Japanese restaurant, right?
Yeah.
But no cooks in the family. Have you had
So
any
my
experience?
mom is a great chef, but she can do home cooking.
Okay.
But my dad, he is terrible. And then
Taro, I'm so impressed, man. I mean, like, you guys went with like just absolute faith to this whole thing.
nothing that we have. And then my dad tried, but every time he touched the knife, he cut something off. And, and he was so bad with business too. We had no idea how to run the business. I mean,
Wow.
he asked me, I was 17. Okay, you do the bookkeeping. What's that?
You keep the receipts, and I don't know. Yeah.
It was, I mean, I used to get like $2,000 in fine writing bad checks because I don't know how to do the balancing and everything too. So anyway, so we kept working, we lost money, and we hit the wall. Finally, we can't pay for the rent, lease, nothing. Everything was like 5-6 months behind. And he was just telling me about my dad was getting $450 from church, and he's giving out $500 to church. I said, Dad, that's not 10%. I think that's over 100%.
you knew that math.
110.
I said, Dad, I don't think it's working. And, you borrow money and you offer, and what's going on here? My dad said, sorry, son, I made a deal with God. I have to raise my offering every year. And then God promised me that he'll bless even more. And when I was 21, I loved basketball. Lunch break, I went out and played, and I broke my ankle, came back with my twisted middle finger too. And then I tried to sharpen my knife, and it cut my hands wide open while I'm having an ulcer because I'm so stressed out. We're the only fisherman in the whole world didn't have fish.
Yeah. No fish.
Okay, we couldn't buy it. Or I have to go to San Francisco for a few pounds because, I was going to school too and leave 1:30 in the morning to get a couple pounds of tuna, come back. I had a $300 car. Every hour you have to add the water, cool off the engine.
Right.
It was
God.
just...
Goodness.
So I said, Dad, I mean, we don't have money. Why not just no fish sushi bar? People were really upset, but nothing we could have done because we didn't have money. I didn't have time. And
There's people that are still doing that in the restaurant business that are, struggling or whatever. They're driving
I
to
feel
San
for them.
Francisco, and they're trying to make the margin that way.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
with what you guys do with having to keep fish fresh. You're dealing with purveyors that, distributors that are bringing it to you, but every little thing that you add in there leaves less profit for you as the
Right.
restaurant owner.
Oh, yeah.
And was sushi always like the main, like out of the gate? Is that what
No,
you
it
guys were
wasn't.
doing?
So
Okay.
we did a house, like my mom's home cooking. Takes about 3 days to prepare and takes about 45 minutes to just serve. It was not working.
It's not, yeah.
We built a kitchen like 1/3 of the whole restaurant. It was like only 30 seats in the
Yeah.
dining room. Everything we did was all wrong. So I told my dad, I'm sorry, but let's close the restaurant or just leave to Japan middle of the night. I begged him.
No way.
And then my
Wow.
dad said, I'm sorry, son. Got started, got finished it. You just have to keep deep, dig deeper. I said, I don't think we can dig deeper than this.
Yeah.
We haven't paid anything. We have no bank to work with. We have no vendor to work with. How are we going to keep
And the
going?
restaurant's failing at this point.
I mean,
You're not bringing in-
miserable. So we tried to sell it
Okay.
for $15,000. Nobody bought it. $15,000.
Wow. And they had
And-
the Mikuni name at the time too.
Right.
Wow.
Mikuni means the kingdom of God.
Yes.
Right. But anyway,
Yeah.
so my dad said, I asked my dad, what do we do? And he said, deeper the foundation, God will build something amazing
Wow.
upon. And then he said, just remember these two things. He said, it's not about what you know, but who you know. Well, I have no business concept, business plan. I was going Sac State, but my dad begged me to quit. I said, you're the only Asian parent ever ask your kids to quit school. I mean, I wasn't that smart anyway, but I mean, he told me that. I said, okay. And then the second thing he said was, why don't you just do your best? Let God do the rest. I said, okay, my best is not that great. I got the book called the Sushi for Dummies. That's how I start making sushi. And but I can do is my best. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna blame upstairs. That's what I told my dad. So since then, I changed my whole attitude toward work. I said, you know what? If I'm here, why not have fun, do my best,
Yes.
and then just not worry about too much.
I have a random question.
Yes.
So in Japan, when you were growing up there, your mother would cook at home. She was the chef, you said. What type of food would you eat? Were you eating sushi?
We we grew up pretty poor, and my dad was a pastor making $1,500 a month, and then he gave my mom $150 a month for feeding whole family a month.
And the church, 750?
No, church is like, Japanese church, there's less than 1% Christian in Japan anyway.
Yeah.
So, and so she always asked me, can you go fishing? So I go fishing almost every day. Whatever I caught, that was our dinner. If not, we have a chicken. We were raising chicken too.
Yeah.
And of course, vegetable all over in the garden.
Were you slaughtering your own chickens
Yeah.
and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then meanwhile, my dad is never say to no to all the people who is struggling. So homeless people in my house, mental illness kids, mentally challenged kid, parents can't handle it. They drop their kids to our house too. So we had about 10 to 15 people living with us every day.
That's amazing.
So that's how my dad was. But meanwhile, my mom started getting trained. We didn't know, $150 a month to feed 10 to 15 people for a whole month. So she was learning about budgeting, how to cook. We didn't know we can open the restaurant in the future, but that helped
Yeah.
us to open the restaurant.
Rice
because of that
went a
experience.
long way in the family, right? So when you came to the States and you're eating this food, I think you were talking about you would come to school with your lunch.
Oh,
and you-
sushi. I made some rolls. Oh, people were like, ew, gross.
Nobody
Back
knew
in
what
the 80s,
sushi
nobody ate
was.
sushi back then. Yeah.
And you'd come in like showing off your lunch.
Yeah.
You just had
I thought I was a cool kid having sushi to school, but obviously I wasn't.
You weren't trying to offer trade for like a McDonald's cheeseburger or something? I mean, I don't know anything about the lifestyle and culture really of Japan. So like what, I know you mentioned a couple movie stars that you had hoped to meet, but were you excited by when you got here? What was it that you loved enough to stay? I know you mentioned wanting to hightail back to Japan, but what is it that you love about the American culture?
Well, first, in Japan, we always say we eat with our eyes. Presentation is
Visual,
key.
yeah.
The visual. And then my Chinese friend said it's about tongue. Taste is number one. And my Korean friend said, hey, it's about stomach. It has to be spicy. You got to feel it, right?
Yeah.
So in America, when I came here, first food I ever had was Western cheeseburger from Carl's Jr.
Yes.
I couldn't believe how humongous hamburger was. I'm on the freeway is huge. And then the first guy was telling me, tall African American guy said, "What's up?" I said, "What's up? I only see the sky."
No problem.
Yeah. And then I thought to myself, "Wow, America is big,
Full of giants.
And then
I
but
agree.
I think American people eat with their wallet because value
Yes.
is important.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I thought about food.
Yeah.
So
This is amazing to hear this because I just like had this vision of your dad and your family like growing up making perfect sushi, and to hear like there was there's
No.
none of that involved
Far from
is awesome.
I mean,
because you learned and have perfected
Right.
it, and like you said back in the 80s when you were a kid showing off the sushi, but it going way beyond that in Sacramento, like our city has grown so substantially and we've become this like, food nation in one small area where there's so many different like high quality foods. But sushi was like something I would go, ugh, gross.
Right, exactly.
And I don't know
Yeah.
at what point I decided, hey, I like the taste of raw fish. But I love it. I mean, it is
Well,
my single
yeah.
favorite food that I can eat consistently because I feel like it's healthy.
Yeah.
I get my fill, but I don't feel stuffed.
Right.
And it's an experience. It tastes great.
Yeah.
I want to
But I
get back
think you're
to
the reason.
his restaurant, but I want to piggyback on that because I never discovered sushi. I mean, I was from Colorado, middle of the country. So sushi to me when I came here was like this foreign thing I've never heard of. And it was, I think I had it like one time downtown Sacramento. I don't know. It was some kind of hole in the wall sushi place. It was like traditional, like just rice with a piece of fish on top of it. And that was it. And I didn't like it. And it wasn't until, good catch, man. For other listeners. Taro's trying to soak our table with beer. But for me, it was your restaurant that my mom took me to and said, hey, you know, I want you to try, because I hated sushi.
Yeah.
She says, I want you to try what like really good sushi tastes like. And this is probably, and this is what I want to get back to your restaurant, but that changed me. And everybody I have introduced that's not from California, they take Mikuni back with them in their minds because it's such an amazing food. But getting back to what was the turning point for Mikuni where you guys actually started getting some traction and becoming a restaurant, because it sounds like you guys were at a dire point in time where this is like, we got to shut the doors. Your dad's like, no, we got to keep grinding. Right. What was that and when did that happen?
So I was turning 20, so 21, he told me that. And when I was 22.
And how long was the restaurant open for up to that point?
So 87 we opened, I was 17.
Okay,
so I think it's good 5 years was big struggle.
So you grinded out for 5 years.
You made the 5-year mark.
I mean, my dad never took day off because we open Monday through Saturday. So they're there from 7:30 to about midnight every day. And Sunday, he has church. So Saturday night, he never sleep even a minute. Because every time I stop by after bowling or whatever, he's always reading Bible and praying.
Wow.
And then Sunday, he preach. And then after church, we have a Mikuni hour. If you listen to his long message, we get a free food. So we did that. So 7 days, I don't think they ever take even one day off.
Wow.
So, and then, I was getting old, well, still young, but I wanted to get married because my dad said no sex before marriage. He was very strict, right? So I called my girlfriend in Japan, please, you got to move here right now. So as soon as she got here, I gave her a ring, and boom, 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 4 kids in 5 years, right? So when I had a second baby, my dad said, son, I had a dream this morning. I'm going to, name your daughter Chio, mean 1,000 sheep. I said, why do that to my daughter? My dad said, I had a dream that we'll have 1,000 customers a day. I said, Dad, we're having 30. We have a little space. How can you even imagine? I said, I didn't imagine. God gave me a vision. As soon as he said that, yoga shop next door closed down, video store closed down, haircut closed down, donut shop we asked to move. We still having 1,000 customers.
Nope.
So
just overnight started.
Not
happening?
overnight, but just I started making sushi back then.
Okay.
I didn't know how to make sushi. My sushi was very famous among my friends called fallen sushi. Whatever I make, everything fell apart.
Hey, can you order that still today?
But anyway, so I wanted to get to know every one of the customers. I met them, and one of the lady, her name is Marilyn. I want to have this in a roll. Okay, let's create Marilyn Monroe. One of the dentists said, I'm Johnny. I like spicy and this. Okay, let's make a spicy Johnny roll. We made 300 rolls, right? But by then, we had at least 300 customers that come in because they have their own rolls, right?
Where'd the All About the Benjamins come from?
Yeah, that's one of the chefs. Who was that? All About Benjamin roll,
It wasn't on the menu for a while.
No.
Right?
Taro, we're like, I'm paying you too much.
He's like, why am I fired? It's all about the Benjamins, man. I can't afford you anymore.
So even, like sushi business too.
Yeah.
Like people say, I don't like sushi, I like hot dog. No problem. I just went to the liquor store, got a hot dog. I made a hot dog roll.
That's awesome.
Served with the ketchup and mustard. One guy said, I like hamburgers. No problem. I put the miso in it. I made a miso happy burger roll. That was pretty good, actually. And one kid came in. He said he hates fish, everything. So we made a SpongeBob roll with the Rice Krispie peanut butter and banana on the top to make it yellow. Square roll with a chocolate chip eyeball, banana stem nose. And I did that, and he said, I love sushi. Now, I've been doing a sociology class like second grader, sixth grader. I used to go there. They used to say, ew, gross. They're so honest.
Yeah.
But now if I go there, they'll say, oh, are you making that incredible roll? They know the menu too. It's amazing. And Oakland High School, that's where I graduated from. and not even one friend tried it. Like Trevor Sunder was there, everybody was there. Nobody tried it.
Really?
And then about 4 or 5 years ago, they called me, hey, we have a sushi club. Can you come and speak for us? Sushi club in Oakland High School. Wow. I went there, like 70 guys with a Mikuni t-shirt.
What?
I cried because,
Yeah.
nobody.
Now, I do this on occasion. I want you to give a shout out to my sons, Wesley and Graham. Go ahead.
Wesley and Graham.
Yes. Yeah. So they've gone to your downtown location, spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you
birthday.
guys have done so much to be friendly to kids. So I just like to take a little time
That's
out.
cool.
Because we'll sometimes sit down.
You're being a dad. You're being a dad.
Listen to the podcast.
I'm going to take advantage of this too.
You can say hello to Meredith, my wife, and Angie as well.
Hello,
Shout out.
Meredith, and hello, Angie.
Angie Rooney. Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
Well, the beauty of this is, whatever it ends up being, it's like this recording for life, right? So it's kind of cool.
That's nice.
Forever, we'll be able to
I'd
look
love
back
to keep
and like.
this too, if you don't mind. I want to keep
absolutely.
this.
It's for you,
so
man.
I can let.
This isn't
our
about
grandkids
us.
listen
This is
to
all
it.
about you, bro. Seriously.
No, for me, it's all about God because I don't deserve to be here. I have no talent. I'm telling you, I have nothing. I had a Japanese business journal came and interviewed me. Which school did you graduate? I said, Mikuni University. What was your major? Sociology.
Yeah.
So what are you good at? Are you good at numbers? No. How about administration? No. I had nothing to be proud of. So I said, I don't know. People who I know, smarter people around me, helped me to get here. So
You do have something special, obviously, because it's recognizing other people around you, which is honestly like I have the same luck. I have no talent either. I have these guys that I've stumbled across, that are great, that are advocates of the business and that have pride in what they do. And it's just like it kind of happens. It falls in your lap in a way. I'm by no means anywhere near as successful as you. Like I admire everything that you've done.
And you got all this talent too.
It's really fun. It's like this is my birthday. I get to spend it with Taro. The first time I get to meet you is on my birthday. How cool is that?
You always remember
I'm
that
the lucky
too.
one to be here. Yes.
That's funny. We all feel the same way. It's really crazy, man.
It just so happened to work out that way. I don't know. You have a tight schedule, man.
I mean, it's good. I love it because I don't want to waste my life. I want to use it for others because, God bless me so much. If I don't use my blessing, it's a waste.
And it's a true story too. I mean, your backstory is just amazing. I mean, it's really cool. And so going back just a little bit, so the restaurant started picking up, started taking off. I know that just based on the culture there that you established, not only for you and your employees, because all the employees, I think they all seem to have the same level of customer service. They all seem to get it. And it's got it. Now talking to you and hearing the backstory, I can see now where that culture came from. Because that was one of my questions, like, how did that come up? But now I understand. I mean, you guys have driven that from day one. I mean, from your humbling beginnings, I mean, how could you not work for Mikuni and understand the purpose of why you guys are truly there? So going forward, and you guys started getting traction. I know you guys started catering to your customers. You continue that going forward. I mean, I think that every restaurant you guys open up, you always seem to kind of cater to your clients, period, right? It's always kind of the mentality. Can you share that a little bit? So has that been like, could you attribute that to like the great success of Mikuni's? It's just the fact that you guys make every customer feel special. I mean,
well, like I said, it's not about what I know, but who I know.
Yeah.
And then for me to know all these amazing customers, I mean, I call it friends. They're the one drove the restaurant for us. And, 99 we opened Roseville, 2003 downtown, 2005 Arden, 2006 in Elk Grove, 2007 North Star, 2008 Denver, 2009 Davis, 2011 The Fountain, 2 years ago in Folsom. I mean, last year in Concord. My new goal is to have a 50.
Wow.
By 50th anniversary. So we have a lot more to go, but I'm the CDO. Free to dream all I want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to stop dreaming.
I have a question for you. Because I stayed at North Star at a friend's spot over there, and it was like a ghost town. I went the wrong time. Nothing was open. So, I mean, literally. It's,
very
I was
seasonal.
Like,
very
what
seasonal.
the hell is going on here? It's like literally like an atomic bomb went off and nobody's there all of a sudden, after ski season's over or whatever. how do you manage? Like, how is that structured?
So
with
it was
that
hard.
type of.
So we had it for 10
location.
years, and then we just let it go because it's very seasonal. Wintertime, we have to have like 15 chefs, and after the winter, we have to let everybody go.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, for me, sushi rice is very important. Almost 100% of the sushi rice is from Sacramento.
California,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing. But meanwhile, like, because of low boiling point, altitude, you can't make perfect sushi rice there.
Oh, that's funny.
High pressure cook. We
Wow.
try everything.
Yeah.
So we almost gave up. We stopped bringing rice from Sacramento to
Way.
Northstar in the snow. I
That's
said, it's not
crazy.
worth it
Are
for
you
me.
doing the nishiki rice, the 401 variety California grain?
Yeah, something like that.
Medium
Japonica
grain?
rice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Medium or short grain. Yeah.
Taro, so going back in retrospect, with
Right.
2020 vision, all your downs, right? For a lot of the business owners out there that might be listening, even for me, when you guys decided to almost close, I don't know how many times that happened in the lifetime of the Mikunis,
Right.
but every time that ever happened, are there signs now in the future that you could say, oh no, it's not worthy of closure, but we need to do this and that, and course correct with this? Are there things that you learn that, in retrospect, it wasn't worth closing, or maybe it was for most people, and you guys just had a miracle happen?
I mean, I believe in miracles, and of course, I admire my dad's faith.
Yeah, I was about
too.
to say your dad's faith probably carried everything.
Yeah, every time I hit the wall, I just have to ask him. And then, I said, I need a Bible verse to lift me up because I feel like I'm in suffering all day.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, suffering makes, patient to good character, then you have a hope. I said, okay. So a little here and there thing, he kept feeding me. And I was just briefly talking about Colorado.
Yeah.
So everything was going so well, I forgot to keep focus on what's more important. My ex-CEO got me a Porsche, M3s, this, that, and I wasn't really paying attention. And then we opened the one in Denver. And 10,000, patio, 10,000 square feet. It was, but 25 miles south of downtown Denver.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a good location. It was too big. People are so nice there. We filled the half of the restaurant every night, but we couldn't get it going. So we lost $5 million on the store. And meanwhile, 2008, 9, 10, as you know,
Boom.
economy
Yeah.
crashed.
Yeah.
And then we're down $11 million in the debt. And then the lawyer said, we're done. So, of course, I went to my dad again. What do you think? He said, God started, God will finish it. Don't worry, just keep digging again. I said, oh my God, again. And then my brother-in-law, he married to my sister, so he's stuck. So he became our CEO.
Yeah.
And
God's really good at paying off debt, it seems.
God, yeah.
For McKinney's.
He's a good person to go to when you're.
Yeah, so 40% we cut our salary, we clean up the house, we refocus. That's why our mission statement is not to be the best or anything. We just want to be loved by God, loved by employee, loved by partners. We have to change everything from inside out. And we just start, working one by one. And 2011, we opened the fountain in Roseville.
Yeah.
We call it Kaizen. Does Kaizen mean?
Always improving?
Yes, continuous improvement,
I did my
change for the
homework.
better.
Good job,
Very
buddy.
good.
Boom.
So we said, how about
Overachiever over here. See,
So-
I told you.
Do I
I'm
get a
just
sushi roll?
I'm just lucky.
Free spin.
So we changed the whole attitude toward work, and then a couple of years ago we have no debt now. So now we start the engine, and I'm so excited to be here right now.
That's
so the
awesome.
mind, it's interesting. So the mind shift went because you went through a point in time where you really got into the money aspect of it. You mentioned that you had some fancy cars and you started kind of living the life a little bit, the big American dream and what have you, and then you got kind of humbled. It sounds.
Oh, big time. I mean, I wasn't really
It's
into
cool that you-
cars, but they
Yeah.
kept buying me, so
Yeah.
why not drive it, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different level. Not even.
So
buying
where's
your
that
own
mentality
Porsche.
today? I mean, what's the big plan? I know you said 50 stores, but what's the big picture for Mikuni? What is the ultimate goal for you in this lifetime?
The thing is, for example, nobody asked me about the guy who gave us the money, if we ever pay the guy back.
Did he disappear?
I mean,
I was going to ask about if his involvement. Like, he
So-
gave you the money, but did he stay involved or no?
So he never did, and for a while we had a hard time paying him back. So
Yeah.
he said, finally, forget about it. You failed. You're done. So I asked my accountant, why do you even pay? You have no contract. You have no. And I asked my dad. He said, no, son, we're going to pay till we die.
Wow.
So we kept paying. And late 90s, Japanese economy crashed. Meanwhile, we took off. So we were able to pay almost double because of yen to a dollar.
Wow.
You know, so
Oh,
meanwhile,
yes.
I asked him, you got to come and see what you have done for me, for my
Yeah.
family, for
Oh,
the
my God.
community. He never did
know.
because he was too busy, he said.
Oh, wow.
So finally, I finished the first book called Abundance. I mentioned his name. I was so excited to give it to him. I went to Japan, found out he was already gone. So that's why I believe in pay it forward. You don't have to expect a return. Sometimes you just have to do it to help others.
Wow.
And meanwhile, my dad said, one is be humble. He's always about humility. And two thing is, why don't you give back to God, give back to the community? So that's what we're trying to do as much as we can. We have golf tournament every year. We're having 23rd. Last year we raised $285,000. And we have a Mikuni Infusion Center at Sutter. We raised $1 million for a breast cancer navigator program now. So even tsunami happened in Japan. I know you guys don't have relatives in Japan, but it was very personal to me. So we created a role called Rescue Roll.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember
do.
the role, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we sold these rolls. Let's raise money for Japan. And then I was so touched by people in Sacramento. We sold over 4,000 rolls, and we raised $180,000
Wow.
for Japan.
Wow.
And when Houston was flooded, how about we do 1 week, and then we raise another $50,000 for the campfire. How about we do 1 day,
The rescue, yeah.
and then we raised $26,000.
Wow.
And then Cal Fire, my chefs, it was middle of the busy season. They said, I can't make any more rescue rolls. We're too busy. I said, well, okay, we're going to make the new movement called Miku United.
Miku, how do you say that?
Miku United.
Miku United.
United. So Mikuni means kingdom of God. United is one. So under God, we're all one human race. Why not we
Yeah.
love each other and help each other? And why don't we sell these shirts and hats to raise money? So then we raised $75,000
Wow.
and going still for.
Wow.
So, people say you're doing great thing, but I'm not the one buying sushi. The community, the people who I know, friends, they're the one driving
Yeah.
the business and doing these amazing things. So
Well, it's a win-win, right? Because one thing America likes to do is
Yes.
eat, right? So they get to eat and they get to put money because they're getting food for it, but then their money goes towards a good cause, which means you guys got to get on board to donate that money. So that's pretty.
I don't
pretty
know.
powerful,
It's been
man.
amazing. I love
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Yeah, it takes a leader, and I know you will never, just by talking with you, you'll never claim that title. You probably don't consider yourself a leader.
Well, the servant, that's my card.
I knew it. I know.
I'm going to serve people. I'm here to serve.
But people follow people that know how to follow, and that's what I think that's what makes a leader. And so I
I
think
don't know if I call leader or just having fun.
I
But
think you
last
are.
night
You're humble.
too.
You're humble.
Last night we had the fundraising for LLS, Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and they approached me. You want to be the Man of the Year? I said no. I have no stories, but one of my best friend went through it, and then he had 2 weeks to live, and he has a family. We cried and we prayed about it, and my dad came in. He said, "Don't worry about this." I said, "What are you talking about? He has 2 weeks to live."
I want to meet your
We-
dad. I really
You should. You should.
want to meet your dad.
And then he said, "This sickness will not end in death." I said, "Really?" So we started calling ourselves "Don't Stop Believing" (DSB), and then we sent him to Houston, MD Anderson. After 13 chemos, perfect match.
Jeez.
He's cancer free. I mean,
That's-
he lost his hair and color is different. But who cares? He's still here. Every time I see his
Yeah.
smile,
Yeah.
nothing matters. So I told him, you have to run it because you have the story. If you don't share your story, it's a waste. So last night too, we had a party at Hawks and so many people showed up. Even 3 bottles of wine sold it for $5,000.
Oof.
I mean,
Jeez.
I think we're going to hit at least $150,000 altogether.
Are they counting the money right now?
Well, that's one of the parties. We had a party at Mikuni too.
Oh, cool.
And then we were selling a raffle for $100. You can win the party with me and stuff too. But
I love it.
yeah, it's just amazing to see how the community become one, Mikuni United, to do amazing things. So this is my passion. People say,
Dude,
how do you like your
so
job? I
incredible.
say, this is not my job anymore.
Yeah.
It's not my career.
You're on a
It's
different
my
mission, man.
calling,
You are
know?
on a different
I love
mission.
It. I love it.
I have
Never
a quick
knew it.
question for you. So you mentioned was a couple times with your father. Is he still alive?
Yes.
He is? Okay. I didn't
He-
want to touch on a difficult situation. So your mother and your father are still heavily involved in everything. Like, tell us about that. And you have,
Business?
you have-
No. First thing I ask him, if you don't mind, you can step down. That would be amazing.
Wow.
So because
What
he
do you
was
still?
Do you still call him
Yeah.
in those moments of
not with the business.
trials? And he just tells you,
Right.
dig a little deeper.
Right.
The foundation is
I
there.
just love his
is
Like,
blind
take
like
care
he
of
was
it.
saying, maybe you should fight all the people who doesn't go to church. I said, I don't think we can do that.
You're like,
So-
that's why you stepped down, Dad.
Yeah, so he was like in 2000, I think. I asked him, please, do your thing, and I'll do
Yeah.
my thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, but he still wakes up every morning 2:30 a.m.
Wow.
He walks the dog, walks the bird, pray, read Bible, practice
You
golf.
said walks the bird?
Yeah, he has a bird.
Oh, a parrot?
Dog. I don't know, some kind of green bird that always attacks me. But I mean, he finished the day by 8:30 in the morning. After breakfast, his day is over. After that, it's all bonus to him.
I have a random question. So
Yes.
on your menus, there's a friend of mine, the Flanagans.
Yeah,
Yeah. So how did he
Terry
end up?
Flanagan.
Yeah. So, Ryan, the younger,
Yeah, yeah.
Flanagan, I know well, but I know the older ones too. They're in the, lobbying realm.
Yeah.
My family's
Yeah.
involved in politics, etc. But how did you decide on him to be the art on your menus for so
Again,
long?
he's a customer of ours.
Okay.
And then we start talking, and I draw pictures, and I had an idea. How about my wife wearing the cowboy boots, this, that.
Yeah.
So
like armored and all this stuff.
He's really into crazy stuff. I'm always looking for something.
No, they've got
crazy.
samurai swords.
Yeah.
You go. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've ever been into their lobbying office downtown. But
Yeah. So he helped us to do that too. Even David Garibaldi, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know him since he was day one, and he's been an amazing friend. I have his socks on right now, but
Oh, cool.
he does everything for us. Every charity events, if I ask him, he'll show up and do it.
Very cool.
I'm so surrounded by people that I don't deserve to have, and they're the one just keep me. I don't know.
You ever
going.
think that maybe that you fill a gap for them?
Gap like
Yeah. So there's a reason why you're in their life. You know what I mean? Because your essence of who you are and the things that you bring to the table and the beliefs that you've had from the trials you've had in your life fill a gap for those people. I know.
Oh, I see.
mean, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm always here. They know that. So even
Yeah.
like DeMarcus Cousins, he sent me a shoes, but he's been going through a hard time. He got injured again.
Right.
So I'm messaging him, and he really appreciate that I care. I told him, God's not done with you yet, so we don't know exactly what's going to
Well,
happen.
it's hard, because you get a lot of people that, there's supporters, there's people that are the opposite with his situation. It's like, oh well, he doesn't deserve this.
Right.
That they have no idea who he is as a person.
Right.
I don't personally.
If
but
you
it sounds
met
like
him
you do
personally,
more. Like my buddy Bay was buddies with him, and Ali, unfortunately, passed away. They all liked him, so that obviously meant that he was a good dude.
Well, he called me family. So once you
Yeah.
get to the family
Right.
close, then he'll do anything
Yeah.
for every event. He's also writing check to all the charity event too. So
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he has a loud personality, which some people
Passionate.
passionate.
I call it passion.
Yeah, that's what my wife says about me.
Loud's maybe not the best adjective for that, but he'll get there. He's a super talented guy. I mean, that team. I love talking about this a little bit, but that team with LeBron going over there, like their first initial season, obviously didn't work out how anybody had anticipated. It'll be interesting to see what happens. next year. I'm excited for the King season. I'm sure you are.
Oh yeah.
What did you
I hope
think about
DeMarcus
that?
comes back to the Kings, but
Yeah. What did you think about that? The trade with Dave Yeager, the head coach.
well, Dave was my friend too.
Yeah.
So we did a charity event together too. So
Yeah.
it's.
He seemed like
I'll
a really
miss him.
good dude. I've never
No,
met him.
he is pretty good dude.
Yeah.
Every time I go, the last time we went to Memphis, Kings game, we went to Memphis. He took care of us and everything too. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like who knows what's going on behind the scenes there. You know, like Vlade and Luke apparently had a close friendship. I think back when
Right. Lakers.
Yeah, he was with the Lakers.
Just
I
ask
think it
Taro.
was-
He knows.
it was-
No, I don't know.
No, but it was Luke's like first season, and I think Vlade was his mentor, and they kind of jived there. But
I mean,
who knows?
I believe in everything happens for a reason.
Right.
So I'm talking to Fox now. We'll have a Fox role coming up to Mother's Day. So
De'Aaron?
yeah, his aunt died, I guess, from breast cancer. His mom had it. So he's number 5. So every roll we sell, $5 goes to breast cancer
That's
Wow.
beautiful.
charity. And
That's
stuff.
beautiful. And I want to mention, and I know we spoke before the podcast started, but Amy and I are super grateful for people like you that just support those organizations because, she benefited from those things. So it's just such a it's a godsend that people continue to support those charities. I'm eternally grateful for you and people like you in Sacramento that just keep doing that because it's a nightmare.
I don't think a lot of people understand how much that money actually helps those charities.
It really helps
it's kind of a blind thing that
on an
people
individual basis,
Right.
not just a
Yeah.
blanket.
You start
where
hearing
you're
the
not
stories
feeling
of,
it.
yeah.
You're feeling it on an individual basis.
The people actually impacted, and you've worked with obviously people who have been directly impacted that have benefited from those charities, correct?
Well, none of my family members are or anybody I know close, but we know we helped over 4,000 patients already through the Navigator program.
That's a huge
Yeah.
number of people to have. That's like a massive party. If you think of it in that perspective,
like a epidemic
but there's that many
size.
people that have been helped by you. That's huge. That's a huge number of people.
But again, we could have done it without people in Sacramento
Right.
to support Mikuni, support our charity events. So
He's always
It's-
he will never accept it. He keeps giving it to the people.
I
You
do
that.
because
You never accept
I don't have that kind of
anything.
money to do it. I mean, people are the one
Yeah.
Well,
helping us to get.
This is
Yeah,
important. So, as a business owner and other business owners that may be listening, how do you structure this so that you can maintain profitability? I mean, obviously, not everyone can just pray to God that,
Right.
their debt goes away. I think there's a benefit, obviously, to helping out the community because people see that you care, and that drives business in. How is it structured? I mean, are these your own nonprofit organizations? Are you working hand in hand with, other businesses that are helping with this? Because I know there's a lot that goes into it.
So we do have our own Mikuni Charitable Foundation. We do golf tournament, and then we do random acts of kindness. End of the year, they can email. We just send it to randomly.
That's great.
We do that too, and then we have 5 different things that we pick every year to donate. And I don't know. We have a good team. Like Jeannie Mabry, she's our VP of marketing. She check everything because there are some charitable organization might not be really working. So she weighs out everything. Meanwhile, my CFO Raymond Ho, he check out all the numbers. So I have I feel like I have the best team.
Right.
Yeah.
We work together.
But you've
as
assembled
one.
these people over time. They
I don't
kind
know
of
if I
followed.
did, but
I
they
mean-
just came along. And then all the managers, like executive chef, 20 years, regional chef, regional manager, like maybe 25 years, HR manager for 30 years. These people are been with us for 20 to 30
That's
years.
crazy because that structure in itself does not exist.
That's crazy to me.
So you had mentioned earlier before we were on air that 3 of your 4 children are working with you.
Right.
now.
So no, the thing is, okay, so I have 4 kids and they all worked when they're young, so they can see. Like my first son, I sent him to North Star for a whole winter break, washing rice in the cold day. His hands was all messed up. First job was dishwashing, and the first check he bought the fan for the dishwashers because it's so hot and humid there. So all the kids has to see what other people do for us. But like my number 3, he said, Dad, I want to focus on studying because I don't think I can do this forever. So anyway, so both boys went to Davis, and oldest one is running a Concord store right now, and then he's gonna end up going everywhere. And then second one, she's in San Jose. She said she finished with marketing. She wants to get married and come back and then work for us. Third one is graduating from Davis. He's going to Milwaukee, work for Baird. Like 1% chance to get into the program he did. So he's going to go there and learn about finance, banking, all the stuff. So he can come back to be a CFO. That's what his plan is. Wow. My number 4, she was the one with no talent in anything. I hope she's not listening.
Jake, we need to edit quick.
No, because I was about to ask, is there one that reminds you of you?
Yeah. No. She's much better than me. So, my oldest son played football, rugby, basketball, varsity team, and another son did basketball. They all made a sports team, no problem. She was the only one, came home. Basketball, they keep touching me. I can't stand it. How about soccer, running, the waste of energy? How about tennis? Oh, racket is too heavy. She couldn't play any sports. And then I said, you got to play something. And she came back, and I made a team. I said, what is it? Golf team. They said, I have to buy a bag. Okay, I get your bag.
Yeah.
you go out there.
Yeah.
And end of the freshman year, she shot 128. I don't know if you play
That's
golf.
pretty good.
128.
Handicap?
For a freshman's not bad.
That's
No.
amazing for me.
I can't do 128 with my eye closed.
You're talking to the wrong crowd,
Okay.
Taro.
120. If you know golf, that's pretty bad.
It's a big
you're right.
handicap.
If it's
But-
closer to the hundreds or 95, 97.
So I told my kids, I don't pay for school. My oldest son
Maybe
is
on
still,
16.
my oldest son is paying me $800 a month for 10 years for school and down payment for the house.
Love it.
So my youngest one, she's not really good at work too. She said, I want to play golf to get a scholarship.
Not
So I
really
don't-
good at work.
No, she's not attentive. She's a little slow too. My fingernail. I said no. But anyway, but she said, I want to get a scholarship so I don't have to work too hard at restaurant. And she kept practicing 3 hours a day, no matter what, rain or shine.
She wanted the scholarship.
She's my inspiration. By junior year, she shot even par 71.
Wow.
That's amazing.
With the
I know
hole-in-one in a tournament.
Wow.
And then now she's playing for college full scholarship. She's a captain of her team.
Wow.
Just got
Check it
a
out.
top 10 finish in Putt West Conference Championship in Arizona 2 weeks ago too.
See, kids, this is what happens when you put your mind to stuff.
Where's she
right? I mean,
practicing?
that's
Del
incredible.
Paso?
Yeah.
No,
It really
she's
is.
in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Wow.
I can't believe, if any girls out there, if you want to get full scholarship, you can. Because if she can get it, she's the biggest encouragement for all those kids.
Wait, so you were the first, your name was First Son Wild Animal? Or what is your
No, look.
What?
His name is Koki.
No,
Like
but
a Koki.
your name means what exactly?
He's
Wild
Wild
First
Child,
Son.
yeah.
Wild First Son.
Wild
So
person, not animal.
The other your kids, your dad wanted you to name your firstborn child the 1,000 Sheep.
Oh, that my second one?
Yeah.
Only girls, yeah.
Oh, only girls.
1,000 sheep.
Did-
Geo.
So you
Yeah.
did. You went.
We did.
You went through it. Okay.
Yeah, we had to. That was my dad's dream. I can't say I'm sorry.
Yeah, because at this point,
awesome.
like you can't go against Dad's dreams, man. Because
Yeah.
obviously they're panning out. So there's some hope.
She's amazing. So yeah, so my last kid, she doesn't know yet what she wants to do. So she might do a commercial real estate or HR lawyer. That's what I'm asking. I gave her 2 choices.
Hey, go with the HR lawyer, man.
You think so?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, people need
more
that.
studying, but yeah.
Little
So that's
bit
my 4 kids, and we're
Yeah.
ready to have next generation, so we can have more chefs. And
You're gonna continue
I'm
it
so
through.
excited. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what are you wearing? I see something bling blinging right
Okay,
in front
so
of me.
this is our logo,
I love the logo.
and
yes.
we have a cross in the middle,
Okay.
and there's 2 P's. my dad created 32 years ago. He said, "What do you think these peas are?" I said, "Dad, we need some profit. I don't mind having prosperity." I was like, "How about pleasure?" Woo! My dad said, "You're out of here, right?" My mom said, "How about pray for peace?" "Oh, that's nice, but that's not it." My ex-accountant said, "How about just pay, please?" my friend who owned the casino said, "Man, plus he's making money, pie game, poker. This is amazing logo."
Yeah.
So let's see if you can guess.
Gosh,
What's
I
our
don't
logo
have a
mean?
clue.
2 P's.
Fish, like the.
Oh, that's a cute one. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Fish
Symbol?
with a P?
Yeah. That's a symbol, right?
Yeah, the fish symbol.
Oh.
Yeah, for
But
Christianity.
that's not it.
No.
It's like a goal. You have to have this
I can
for
think
your
of
life.
2 really bad words that
Oh,
I
no.
can't say on. I'm not gonna go there.
I don't think my
Yeah.
dad would get
Out
it
of
either.
context.
Other people's property.
So yeah, start with a P. It's like a goal.
You just said it was not peace.
No.
Peace.
Goal. You have to have this for your life. Or why are you here? Because you have a
Purpose.
Purpose.
Perfect. Okay, good job.
purpose.
Let me guess the next one. Let you shoot.
Well, next one is too easy. I mean, what do you do in church?
Pray.
You can't have
Purpose.
two.
Praise.
Yes, praise.
Purpose and praise.
Well, he got it again.
You can't do that.
You get a
He's got
false
a
point.
Hey, it's your birthday.
It's your,
Happy
yeah, it's your
birthday.
Yes. Look at that. I love that.
Okay, how about I give you more chances?
Yeah.
I have a good
So-
luck dish that
yeah.
I keep things in on my bedside.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So our
Yeah.
logo means purpose and praise, right?
That's wonderful.
But
yeah.
Japanese people, if you think of them, there's 3 more P's too. They're very patient. My wife is. And there's 2 more P's.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't want to take everything.
They bow all the time because they are.
Well, I'm intoxicated on sake and beer, so I'm gonna pass.
Come on, they bow down because they're so
Prideful or
prideful.
That's the
I'm just kidding.
opposite.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe you can help them out. Come
Okay,
on.
wait. Say
Prayer, praise,
P.O.
P.O.
You've even got me right now.
Come on.
You know, they bow down. They're so.
Purpose? No.
No, you said purpose. right?
P.O.
P.O.L. Do I have to give you everything?
Polite.
P.O.L.
Polite.
They're polite.
Get away.
That's like the number one Japanese thing.
Gee.
I was gonna say it, and he said it. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you had it.
Give it to him.
You
It's
had
fine.
it. Okay, so they're patient, polite. One more thing.
Patient, polite, and punctual.
Punctual.
Wow,
I am.
Pablo.
Hey, that's why I said don't be late.
This is a 30th anniversary coin.
Oh
Dude,
my
that's dope.
good.
Let me see
Oh,
this
this
thing.
I'm actually no.
Let me
I'm
see
not.
it. I just want to see it.
So that's our logo means. I carry, wear it all the time. One of the customers just got a tattoo too.
Wow.
So
cool.
I'm gonna take a picture
That's
with
loyalty.
him. Yeah.
Freaking
Yeah.
cool, man.
Sushi
You had
for
a
life.
Mikuni tattoo? The logo?
Yeah,
the
I'm
logo?
logo.
still waiting
tattoo.
for a client to get a Gonsalves real estate tattoo, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
So this reminds me of like a koki. Is it your coins?
Yeah.
Do you still have the black one? Is
Yes.
the black,
Black
one
wine
still
is
going out?
$100. Yeah.
The red one is the top, right?
Well, we only made $750 for the party that we have, 30th anniversary party.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Wow.
Whoa. Now I'm having coin envy. I'm not quite sure.
Dude, I don't know.
Did I get, because I got it 2 in a row, I got the
I got the good
not
one.
as
I got the
powerful
good
coin?
one.
That-
no.
Hey, check that coin. That might be one of the sobriety coins, man.
That's a false one.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I don't know if that one's
First day
gonna work.
sobriety, Tom.
Hey, this is already 3 years aged.
That is awesome, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
What year was your coin?
This is fresh. They just had their
2017.
30th, right?
2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
I'll take the older one.
Are you jelly to my T-shirt?
I am.
You
I
want
am.
to trade?
Well, that's a
No.
size, I think, for you too.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good shot.
Extra small.
I'm a fat boy.
Yeah.
He was at one
I'll
point
own
a
it.
bouncer. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Well,
Where do we go from here?
So-
I could sit here all day long.
No, I have so many
we
questions.
there's so much about Mikuni itself, but in the end of the day, you developed a business that it's not just it's not just a restaurant business anymore. I mean, you guys have developed a thing where you're actually helping people. At the end of the day, you have a bigger picture, and I want people to understand that get a chance to listen to this and get a chance to actually hear your backstory. And when you go into Mikuni's next time, I just want you to slow down, enjoy the food, and know that every single penny that you guys are putting into that food has so much pride, patience, and it's going to a bigger cause overall. I mean, and that comes from the roots of what you guys have laid down, which is absolutely incredible. I know that I will look at you guys completely different from after today. 100%.
I'm just full of appreciation. So can I share my personal goals?
Yes, please.
Please.
Yeah.
So I used to be short tempered.
No, come on.
Oh yeah,
Really?
like when I was a teenager, it's like if my sister makes me mad, I just throw sushi at her in front of whole customers.
Really?
But I had to change myself, so I asked God, hey, I want to be the happiest man ever. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I have to work on it.
How do you do it? How
I
are
did
you doing it?
So many different ways. And then a couple of years ago, somebody cut me off on the freeway. I said, thank you for not hitting me. I'm going to pray for you. I said, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy every day. I didn't know what to do with it. So I asked God, hey, I need a new goal. This 2 years ago. And at the end of the year, one of the lady in Facebook, she said, I had a dream about you. I said, oh, I'm married. So you got to come to my parents' house. So she did. Okay, what was your dream? She said, you had a Mickey Mouse hand and love and joy. You're going around the people. I said, okay, that's not that sexy. And what else? And then she gave me Ephesians 3:16-19 about be joyful and that. And I got this. So last year, my goal was to be the most joyous man ever, right? I don't have to choose to be happy anymore. I want God to give me joy. If I don't share, I'm going to blow up. That's why I love this, because I get to share my joy. So like last December, I had 25 events, catering, speaking engagement, school sociology class, 25. I said, I'm so ready for each one of them. I was ready to go out to spread the joy, right? So this year, I said, I need a new goal again for this year.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And then I had a dream myself, crying in front of people. I said, I'm too judgmental. I'm so rude when I'm so I speak a lot. So I'm pretty direct sometimes. I said things that I shouldn't say.
Like what? What do you say? What do you mean?
For example, the other day I got caught. He's been coming in for 30 years. He's 85 years old, man, you know. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let's take a picture. This might be the last time we take pictures. No, he thought he was funny. He said, hey, where are you going, Taro? Where are you going? Right? But anyway, so that morning I woke up. I said, I don't want to be judgmental. I want to learn how to speak right. First thing, Ephesians 4:29. And then next one is YouTube. I open it. First thing the guy said, you have to think before you speak. I said, oh, shit, what about this? And he said, THINK. Is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? I said, oh, okay, I got it. So this year, I want to be a better listener.
Sure.
And I want to think before I speak. And eventually, my goal would be the most compassionate man ever. I want to feel for them. And then compassion mean you have to do the action too. So that's what I learned. So this year, first I want to learn how to think before I speak. So every time I speak in a corporate office, they say, was it necessary? Was it necessary?
The HR loves you.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't have to say that. But, you know, I want to share so they're accountable, you know, to let me know if I do anything wrong.
It's really interesting that you say that. I have the same challenge. If you listen to any of our podcasts, I curse far too much, which I don't know if I...
You have not today.
I
I'm
have
really,
not
really,
yet.
really proud of you, man.
I think because he wants his
I think
kids to
Taro's having
listen.
influence on you.
I'm listening more than I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I think is
Exactly.
the main thing. But with that, it's like, it doesn't always mean something negative, but it comes out that way. And you know, how you're perceived.
Right. How they take it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest challenge. And in this day and age, you never know. You know, you can take one little snip and then all of a sudden that's who you are. And people don't have time or care, you know, to learn more about you. But I mean, clearly you've come from this background growing up where it was all about your faith. And it's interesting because oftentimes what you see, especially with the situation, I would imagine, like coming to America, that you weren't like, see you later, Dad, and all that you are continuing on with the same teachings that you were brought up with. Did you ever have challenges with that? Did you ever push
No,
back
we used
on
to, discuss, argue, everything.
Yeah.
But end of the day, he showed his compassion with his action.
Yeah.
And then with that, people said I have 4 kids, and they turned out to be better than I ever expected.
Did you raise them the same way? If it,
I
Do you
tried.
feel like your kids could go to you and you you try to harness what you learned from your father?
Every morning, as soon as my oldest one went to college, I start texting to all 4 kids. So it's been 8 years now. I've been texting them every morning.
Group text or individual text?
So group text, ask questions sometimes, share my thought of the day.
Where are your kids at? Where are they going to school at?
Davis?
2 graduated, but Davis. 2
So
boys
they're
in
still
Davis.
local then?
Yeah.
Somewhat, okay.
Well,
they're not halfway across
third
the
one is
country.
going to Milwaukee next.
Milwaukee,
So,
wow.
eventually we're going to be all over.
That's a tolerable location, Davis.
Oh.
It's like
Davis?
they feel like they're not in your house anymore.
It's enough
Right.
distance
But
to
it's
feel comfortable,
right, yeah.
right?
But they're close enough where you
my
can just
wife
drive
told them, boys, I don't trust you guys, so Davis is the furthest they can go. For the girls, you can go to Bay Area. So both girls went to Bay Area, and both boys went to Davis.
Yeah,
It
that's
was-
neat.
Where did you meet your wife, Taro?
So I was 15. I wanted to date somebody before I go to the United States. I grew up with her in junior high school.
Okay, wow.
She was a 3-time Japanese champion for swimming.
Yeah, wow.
So she was kind of popular. So I asked her when I was 15 before I came and said, hey, let's go to the movie together.
You're asking a popular girl out.
Right.
Yeah, a lot has changed since the reverse mohawk. Thing.
Yeah. I'm like, was he with a reverse mohawk asking her out?
Of course she said no.
Had word traveled about the boy that wore no shoes for a whole year?
Well, she saw me all these things. So she knows I was kind of wild.
She
stupid,
loved it.
Crazy.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
she didn't. So she said, no, thank you. So what I did was I went to her mom because I kind of knew her. Hey, I just asked your daughter to
the
go
go
out.
around move to
Yeah.
the mom. That's
And then
ballsy.
can you convince her? Because I'm going to the United States. I got to go out
That is
with her.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
she did. And she called me back. I guess I'm going movie with you. I said, okay, good.
In hindsight, that was probably a pretty good move on her part, huh?
I don't know. It worked out perfect. Then we went to watch the movie. Let's see if you can guess. Are you good at movies?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I'd like to
I think
think so.
84 movie.
Okay.
With looks like a drug on dog or something.
Oh yeah, The Land Before Time.
No.
No.
Was it a scary movie?
I know what you're
Oh,
talking about. It's a white, huge
Talking
white
about the
dog.
never-ending story.
Never-ending story.
That's
What did I call
Love
it?
that movie, man.
I knew.
I don't even know.
I could envision
I
that.
can't
I
believe
love that movie. The
he knows
kids
the tune.
flying.
You
over.
actually
Yes.
cried. I actually
No.
cried at the end of that thing.
Really?
Man.
I didn't
It's such a
understand.
good-
What did I
I was just sweating. I said, what was that?
I love it. That's
What did I
weird.
call it? The Land Before Time.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
close
that's
enough.
a different. That's a
I feel like
totally
that's-
different
Yeah.
dinosaur movie.
Yeah.
But gosh,
But it
Yeah.
came out at the same time. Yeah.
Where's
So
my,
that's-
where's my T-shirt?
yeah.
My coin? Do I get a coin?
So that's how I, went to the first date. And then I came to the United States. We didn't have email, text, or nothing. So we kept writing letters. I have to go check my post all the time.
Oh,
and then
good old
we
days.
did that for 7 years. And then before she came, I said, you want to visit me and see what I'm doing? So she came. She was here for 3 days. She watched the pan for 3 days and went back because I didn't have time to take her anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, oh, she is the one. So I said,
she fits into the business model.
you know what she does right now? I go catering with her. Every catering we're together.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
cool.
So I call it hot date so she can drive, clean while drink and make sushi. We're perfect match.
That's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
this coming Wednesday is our 26th wedding anniversary. So
Congratulations.
yeah.
Congratulations.
So Wednesday we're going to the Giants
job,
game
man.
with our daughter, and
Fun.
Yeah, but you put her on the menu, man. That's a big deal.
I mean,
Right?
He's like,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
I mean, we go monthly honeymoon. Every month we go to
Yeah.
somewhere together. Doesn't have to go far, but
No, that's wonderful. I want to make sure we respect your time, but I had this question I want to ask you. I'm so interested to know more. You mentioned that you're very compassionate, and obviously you
I want
are.
to.
And you are, and there's this place in Japan that really caught my attention that you're making many people aware of. It's a cliff. It's a beautiful sight.
Beautiful cliff, yeah.
And what can you tell us what happens? I'd love to hear from you and what.
Yeah,
how,
Japan is a place all the kids committing suicide. So we have about 30,000 people committing suicide every year.
Wow.
There's a famous cliff that all the kids jump off. So my friend made a big sign, please call me before you make a big decision. And then he left the change on the public phone. So every month, so many calls, and then he has to go out 2-3 in the morning, and then take the kids into his house, and then he has a breakfast lunch place that they can work, so he can teach them how to live in this life and encourage them, give them the hope. They don't have any hope. So he did that. Like 1 year, he had almost 100 kids.
Wow.
And then he was making like
cliff.
$500 a month from the restaurant. And then he's struggling. So that's why we have a golf tournament in September every year to raise money for, every year $5,000 we send it. Even though it's not that much maybe, but for him,
So huge for him.
it's a big help.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, if I can save one life with playing golf,
Yeah.
Wow, exactly.
I'm sure you
I
probably
mean-
have already, man. That's pretty awesome.
so I just can't stop doing those things.
What?
Yeah.
Where's your mom and dad right now? As far as like their pride level of you has to be unbelievable, or is your dad still? He just humbles you? Like
My
this is
dad
I've always had
really-
this vision of what we're gonna be, so it's no surprise to him, right? Or
No, I think they're very thankful. And then he doesn't tell me, but I hear from others, he was bragging about you again. So he doesn't tell me straight. And the other day, first time ever, he told me he's sorry. Never said that before.
Oh, he's getting old.
Babe,
Huh?
I can feel that
No.
with my dad. It's kind of that similar relationship. I'll be like, I love you. He's like, okay, bye. When we get off the, I don't know if he does it unintentionally or whatever. He's just, and I know that he's proud of me and where I am and everything. But it's always kind of been a little bit of a tough love
Yeah.
type of situation.
And then for me, he doesn't have to tell me either.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell with his action. If he's not give me, fist, then I know I'm doing
It's like
okay.
it's hard. I can see, it's hard for him to be super affectionate, as a father. I kind of get that. It's just the older school way. I'm totally different with. Not to say my dad wasn't like loving and whatever, right? He was a great dad,
Yeah.
but I'm like over the top.
Right.
I
Different way.
probably say I love you to my kids like 100 times a day.
Yeah.
I just
That's good, man.
I'm learning.
I
I'm
love
learning.
that.
Because in Japan, we
Yeah.
don't say I love you.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
my wife never told me yet.
Is that not a word? I don't understand that. then.
it's a cultural thing, though,
Yeah,
right?
cultural thing.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents, I never seen them hold hand, never say love each other, never. But I can see by action because in America, maybe we overuse it, like love mean hi, how are you, almost. Because
Yeah, hey,
sometimes you
love
don't
ya.
really mean it.
Right.
For me, love has to be with action, has to be really meaningful. So I'm hoping 50th year wedding anniversary, she's gonna say, I truly love you. That's what I want to
That's
hear.
what
That's
you
my goal.
want.
Yeah.
I have a question. Favorite Japanese American character? Do you have one, or are you guys like, this is like
Japanese
you
American.
always are bringing up movies, right? You like movies?
Mm.
No.
I watch maybe once a 6 months because I just can't find time to really
Okay.
devote
He's a
it.
busy guy. He doesn't have time to
Sorry.
lay around like us, man.
Okay. Let me just throw it out there. Do you like or do you not like Mr. Miyagi?
Oh yeah, I like it. I mean, wax on,
Wax
wax
on,
off.
wax
yeah.
off. Yeah. So
He's my friend's relatives too.
Trisha
so, of
Oki,
course.
that I went to high school with, it was her uncle.
Oh, uncle, yeah.
No, I went to her house.
My wife-
I
my
went to
wife,
her house in high school. I was like, is that Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah.
Like, you're in all these family photos with Mr. Miyagi? This
No,
is
he's cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife actually helped rehab him.
Okay, he's going to take
Oh, we're doing a
question.
hat thing.
So question is, what's the definition of success?
Ooh,
that's a good
definition
one.
of success.
No, he didn't say that.
I was like, I didn't write that.
I'm like, make that up.
No, I just want to see what you think. I'm always learning.
I love that.
I want to be,
man.
kaizening myself in every way, right?
Wow.
I think
Jeez.
for me, it's comfort.
Comfort.
To be comfortable with where you are is success.
I see.
For me,
That's good.
Pabs.
If you can continue, you can always be striving for more. But if you're not happy,
it's never ending
then
anyway.
you're not
Yeah,
successful.
exactly.
In terms of your mind and your soul, I feel like. So to me, success is more about. It's not about money. It's about how
agree.
you feel.
Anybody else?
Yeah. You want to go up, Bob?
Oh no, I need time to think.
Oh, this is a no-brainer for me because I've struggled with this with many years because I always felt that the monetary side of it was never what it was all about. My dad told me one time, he says, son, if you're going to do something in this world, do it because you love it. And I remember being, and I don't want to derail anything, but I remember being so head deep into trying to make as much money as I possibly could. At about 24, 25, I spent a week sitting in a hotel room with all these salespeople from this high-end company here in Sacramento. Every day we had to wake up at 5 o'clock with our suits and ties and our clipboards and our Mont Blanc pens, and we had to go learn how to be successful. And I remember being in a room of 50 people, and they'd go around and says, all right, what's your definition of success? And it was always about money. They got to read me, and I was like, I just want to be happy. And he ridiculed me in front of 50 people. And I was okay with that.
That's great.
Because he's like, he literally told me, he says, because I told him, I said, I was being honest with him. He's like, money gets you things in this world that you need, but ultimately I just want to be happy. And I remember that because my dad always instilled that into me. But to be ridiculed in front of 50 people, that it's not about that. It's all about the money. How much money you can make, that's what's going to make you happy. It just never stuck with me. So I would say that for me, I want to find a place of happiness that I'm doing something I really enjoy. I don't care if I make a lot of money because I think ultimately if you do that, you're going to get your needs fed.
Got it.
Personally.
Wow, that's a good one too. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sorry. That's just
No, it's beautiful. Is he looking at me right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Charles,
so.
I mean, you're up, man.
I think so.
I think
Get
the
uncomfortable.
Well, let me one more second. I don't know where we're going now.
the definition of success, I'm changing my mind. It's
No.
wearing a jean jacket with a tie and whatever Pablo has put together here, all stars, and
He's just such a good-looking
I'm
guy.
tucking it in. That's success right
I
there.
was gonna paint my hair today, but I couldn't do it. Taro's coming in. No, mine is I live vicariously through my pops. I respect wisdom, and so I try to take a shortcut and learn. And I ask him like, "Well, how are you happy? When were you happiest? When were you not?" So I try to, like anything, I'm resourceful, so I'm trying to figure it out, and that's why I gravitate towards how you're aligned with the Lord. And there's one thing that's guaranteed: taxes and pain in life.
Oh, that was death, man. But go ahead.
That's it.
That's yeah.
That's what I was always told.
3 things.
Taxes and death. Those are the 2 things you can count on.
Yeah, or a painful death.
I'm already
That's-
losing the
yeah.
tax side.
But just trying to like everyone's hitting it. For me, it's finding joy in every possible moment that you can, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it when you're in pain. You can't be happy when you're in pain, but I think you could try to be joyful when you're in pain. For example, if I hit my leg, thank God I have a leg that can be injured.
Yeah.
And that I can heal.
Right.
And maybe it's not an amputated leg. Thank God it's able to be hurt.
Yeah.
And I try to do it that way.
That is not quite how I react when I.
I'm going a little deep here.
Thank you for my leg. I got to get
I'm
hurt.
so thankful for my leg right now. I mean, I'm gonna try that. This shit, that's a good one. Pablo.
yeah.
So what say you, Taro? I want to
Yeah, how
hear it
about-
from your perspective.
No, I'm always on, I always say life is good, but eternity is better. My focus is eternity, so this is all temporary anyway.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is.
So my key is, I want just God, what I'm designed for, what God designed for. I want to do His will. So if His will is to be a janitor for your office, I'll be happy to do that. So
Wow.
We're in the market.
Yes. So whatever, that's how I want to communicate with them. If you want me to do whatever, I'll do whatever. So for now, I think he's giving me a platform to, help others.
Yeah,
so
sure
I'm not
has,
going to
man.
stop.
Yeah.
So at Pablo's introduction, he mentioned you as a pastor. Would you consider that what you actually are?
No, like I did the wedding and stuff. That was easy to get the pastor.
My mother married
I
me.
officiated so many times, but I think each individual, they can be your own messenger for God too. So I don't really hold on to the title. That's why I have a hard time putting title. I don't think I had a pastor on my title.
No, I found it. I created it.
You're somewhere in the internet arms.
Somebody Googled somebody last night.
Hey,
Like,
Taro was like this.
Yeah,
No, I was like-
I don't know. I think you're talking about my dad.
Am I doing it wrong?
So your legal name then is Taro Arai? Is that
No, my name is Ko Taro Arai. K-O.
K-O?
So respected wild person, but I don't need to get
Respected
respected.
wild
I don't deserve to get respected yet. So maybe when I die, if God allows me to, I say, yeah, my full name is Ko Taro Arai. But for me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's too long for American people anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I really love people's real names though.
Really?
Yeah,
Ko
friends of
Taro.
mine that are like from other cultures and they go by the shortened version.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is it really? And I know that that's not it. You're Persian. Come on.
But funny thing is, Taro is so popular for their dog's name now.
Oh.
So last time I was in Tokyo, they said, they keep yelling at me. I said, I don't know you. And then there's a little dog running around. I said, oh, shit. Calling the
Taro
dog.
is very close to Toro.
Yeah, Toro.
So, so what is your favorite sushi, or are you just over it? You just don't eat sushi?
No, I eat sushi almost every day. That's why I don't really, a lot of restaurants, they use cheaper product.
Right.
For me, I eat every day, so I don't want to cut the corners. I know we're expensive. For example, Red Snapper, Channel 3 did the lab, they send a lab.
Right, you have
all
A,
the-
B, and C cut fish.
No, they did. They went to 8 different restaurants to
Oh, yeah.
send the Red Snapper to New
I
York.
remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're the only ones serving Red Snapper.
The
right?
real,
Yeah.
yeah.
So everybody's
What
serving,
else is out there besides real?
oh my God, I got a couple questions on this
like
whole topic, man.
tilapia, all the different fish, like
Yeah.
bottom fish. They're like $1.20 a fillet. We spent $50 for a Red Snapper from my hometown. And then I used to catch those. If I can catch those, I make money. So that one, every time I eat, I remember my youth. So I love it.
So
And
Taro, I
the
got
red
kind of a deep
snapper-
question when it comes to food. Sorry, Tom.
Yes. Go
ahead.
So there's been a lot of worry and concern in the last 3 or 4 years with the earthquake that happened in Japan.
Fukushima.
Yep.
The radiation fallout that's traveled through the oceans to like Hawaii.
Yeah.
I read some articles that Hawaii has to now import their fish because they can't eat or trust the fish they're catching there. How has this impacted your business, and what have you done to circumvent or address those concerns that people may have about eating sushi?
Hold on, if I can. You have finally redeemed yourself. That was a really great question.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Most of the questions are pretty stupid, by the way.
So, I feel so fortunate that we have company who just focus on that. So we go through them. So then exactly which fish is fit for sushi, which fish not to be eaten or had to be cooked. So we never really have to worry about it because they go through really strict ruling and stuff too.
Is this the FDA that you're referring to? Or
No,
this
FDA is
an
one of them,
actual
but-
independent.
Right, independent. Like most of the fish we're getting from Japan.
Right.
And then I don't know if you know Tsukiji Fish Market. They have a new market called Toyosu. I'll be there in 2 weeks. And the best fish goes there.
Right.
And then they know exactly what they have to do to fish or where they're getting from. I mean, that's the source, right?
They don't mess around.
Is this
over there.
true statement? Just I don't want to cut you off, but is it true that I heard that you guys fly your fish in fresh?
I heard that
Every day.
too.
Every day.
That
Every
is
day.
insane. How long is it from one port to your store?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that much time within a day because I don't know if you know that fish market, but one of
It
the
is.
bluefin
I do.
tuna was sold for $3 million this year too.
What?
One bluefin tuna. or $3 million.
Tuna.
How
yeah.
many pounds was it?
About 600 pounders, so about $10,000
Wow.
per pound if you guts out and everything all together. But-
Why?
Yeah.
Why so?
Bluefin.
Well, the guy who bought it, he said he got carried away, but still, all the best fish goes there, and then I trust them fully because they told me not to order this, not to get this, and other thing I do is I travel the world, like Alaska, Canada. I just went to New Zealand last year too, just to see where my fish is coming from,
Wow.
how they treat them. So even the bluefin tuna too. My friend has a farm in Croatia. I went there. They do amazing job in the.
Are they farming or are these
They're farming
fresh?
too.
Okay.
So he spent about $50 million feeding those fish because he wants to go out and catch the real fish every day
Right.
to feed those tuna.
So I'm really interested about this farming thing. And I want to hear your insight on
Yeah.
it because of all these out of control environments that you have in the middle of the ocean.
Right.
Do you feel like it's safer and a better product at this point to work with farmed fish, or
So a lot of
what's
people,
your
like the
perspective
other
on
day
that?
too, I had a long email from the customer. I'm not going to eat with your place because you have farm fish. But I also told them that if you start eating only wild fish, we have maybe 2 years of supply, whole world.
The whole world.
So
So
you-
good luck.
Yeah. So if you want to eat fish,
That's
you have to learn how to
crazy.
eat
Just
farm
because of the
fish.
consumption
Right.
of
Now China
fish in the
start eating
US, or is
fishy
it-
too. So now we're talking about billions of people
Yeah.
eating
Well,
sushi. So.
getting on that subject, a lot of the other sushi restaurants in Sacramento have been opened by Chinese individuals.
Are we gonna go there? Well,
I love it.
yeah, or Korean, or different nationalities.
Right, different
Because, yeah.
nationalities. And so I don't know if you need to go there or not, but to me, you've had this long history of learning.
Right.
And so when you came, you couldn't cut a fish, and
Right.
it was like, that was your prosperity.
Right.
And you learned and you created a business there. I don't know if their situations are similar or not, or if you care to touch on that. But
Well, I mean, a lot of places they just go Costco to start cutting
Right.
those fish, or some people just catch fish from by American River and start cutting those fish. I hear, but those
Wow.
fish has parasites. I mean, you don't
Right.
die from it.
Yeah.
But if you get it, you might have to cut your intestine out and stuff. So there's a lot of risk out there. But I keep, if any sushi bar asks me for help, I'll love to help. Show them what exactly they have to do.
that gets back to the quality
Right.
that you guys have done. And I've seen it firsthand. And so I'd be interested, and you're not, no pressure to share, but there's some big names that work in distribution, JFC, Nishimoto. I'd love to hear if you have had any interest in kind of cutting those out and trying to develop your own type of connections, distribution, who you're working with on the fish, the rice, the chopsticks,
Right.
the soy sauce.
So I do is, let's
everything.
say I go to Croatia.
Uh-huh.
So this is a picture from it. And you know how they catch those fish?
With the fishing
Nets
pole.
or-
No, if you do that, they get stressed out, color changes, and
Nets.
stuff, right?
Nets,
So all
right.
these divers jump in, swim with them, and they just touch them, right? They've never been touched before. They just freeze.
Really?
And then there's a pet them
wow.
and bring one by one to the
Wow.
Oh,
boat.
those are huge.
So they're happy tuna all the way to.
Did you say
You
happy
get a-
belly?
you get
Will you
a
show the
head
camera,
on
Taro?
top.
Will you show the camera?
Oh.
Just hold it to the big one right here,
Which one?
right,
This
right in
one?
front of you. Yeah. So these are tuna fish. Instead of catching them,
They're about 185 pound average. They just
Wow.
touch them, pet them,
Tunas
just
are-
bring one.
and they're
by
like,
one.
ooh.
Taro's like, they're happy until when?
To get a hole in the head.
Okay.
And then they do is they have a processing boat right next to it.
Yeah.
They cut it right on the boat and they put it in the super freezer for, right away, and they'll last 7 years.
No.
So
Well,
Really? And
real
with the-
quick for our listeners, for me, the first time I saw a tuna, like truly, I was like, "What is that?"
It's a weird looking fish.
They're huge, and I
they
think
can go up like 1,200 pounds, 1,500 pounds.
you can see them in
Big.
certain aquariums, but if you go to in Maui, they have a really
Yeah.
nice big aquarium, and the fish is massive. So
Yeah.
those were the types of fish that were being pulled out of the ocean?
No,
I
these
mean,
are-
when you guys
yeah.
were first buying, I mean, were you buying these massive?
Depends.
cut up
Depends on
pieces
what
of
can they
that
cut.
fish?
So that's why they have a morning auction, live auction all day, all night, all morning.
Right.
You should go. It's so exciting. All the fish is sold for like 20,000, 30,000, or within like 20, 30 seconds,
Yeah.
They're gone.
they're gone. And then what they do is they cut it and they distribute it to
So
send other
you have a
restaurants.
connection out there, and they just call you at this
Right.
point.
So like my job is now to go to the farm or fisherman. Like we're gonna have a wild salmon coming up pretty soon. Let's say I go talk to the fisherman and find the distributor, and then work with them and distribute it. So I don't go to just distributor and just what do you have.
Right.
I rather go to all the farms and fishermen to see what I love.
Well-
and then they bring it in.
And also, what the cost is straight from the farmer.
Right.
Is the distributor's going to go, okay, well, here's what I could sell it to you
Yeah.
for. And if you don't have any idea what those margins are from the ocean to the
Right.
chopstick, then, you're leaving a lot of money on the
Right.
table. It's all these details that are critical for
Yeah.
your success, I would imagine.
So
Well, I appreciate distributor too. If like a bluefin tuna from Croatia, somehow middle of the delivering, it wasn't that good. I said, I return everything. I can't do that if I do it
Yeah.
all by myself.
right.
No, right.
Yeah.
And there's a
Yeah.
value to
So-
that with time. And I
Yeah.
think over time, you probably develop trusting relationships where you don't feel like you have to,
Right.
look at the tag on the fish
Yeah.
and be at the auction. But I mean, maybe there's a verifying process that is involved there. Like, hey, show me the receipt of what you paid. We'll work a margin. I mean, are you doing like a cost plus type of
Yeah.
arrangement?
So
with
let's
them,
say
or-
cost is this, and then how about I give you 10% or 20%?
Right.
I just make a deal right,
Right.
then. So
Right
we
on
never
the
have to
spot.
worry about it. Yeah.
So what's the craziest? Do you have a story of getting the freshest fish to your place? Is that a thing for all the restaurants? You get
We
the
used to do
freshest-
live
quick you can get
ones,
it there?
but
Yeah.
I got in trouble too.
Oh, wait,
with
what
a
was that?
Wild animal, like.
Oh,
in the
wild
tank?
tuna.
Like,
yeah,
you
I did a
pick your
like a
lobster.
live
Yeah,
sweet
yeah.
shrimp, live this, live that, and people really get offended sometimes. They say no.
oh, when it's in the house.
I don't want to see it right
Yeah.
there floating
Oh,
around.
So I say, okay, let's not do that then. We used to have a fish tank. I was about to have all the fish, just grab it and serve them.
You know what? I've never been able to stomach that type of situation myself, to
Yeah.
be honest. Like,
That's why we stopped
know,
doing
So-
it.
it's like, okay, Henry, for instance, he's like, oh, I'm gonna barbecue this pig on a rotisserie, and then
It's running around the backyard
you eat
first.
It. I don't want to stare at the pig's face, and then but I love pork.
Yeah.
Or that type of situation. I don't want to see the
The
lamb, the
first
poor
thing
lamb on the chop. You know what I mean? It's just, but I will eat it. I just don't want to envision necessarily what
I have
I'm
to
eating.
admit, like the first time I had it, like fresh, like shrimp, it literally was like swimming.
Yeah.
And they picked it up, ripped the head off,
Yeah.
and gave me the body and said, "Try that." It was the most phenomenal shrimp I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
But fresh fish like that.
It's
Wait,
sweet.
can you
It
even
is
do that? You can just
superb.
eat.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
shrimp?
when I go to Japan, first thing I eat is the blowfish because it's illegal here.
Yeah.
Because
The blood, and you can
from
die.
it.
Yeah, the ink.
So you get to, order from the tank. I want that one. They cut it for you right in front of your face, and each piece is still wiggling when I eat. And they put the little hot sake and the eyeballs start rolling.
I never had blowfish, but I've had like fresh,
It's
like
so good.
absolute fresh salmon, tuna.
when
you
it's
know.
still moving.
That's not
Yeah.
it. I don't
It's
know.
fresh.
Man.
It
I love
moves your mouth.
oysters. The oysters
Yeah.
don't move.
Hey, how can we get that experience here if we wanted?
If you
moving
want to,
fish?
I can. Yeah.
Oh,
And then last time I was there, not blowfish, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't want to say on this, but
Yeah.
last time I was there, they said, "Oh, I have a special dish for you." They cooked it for me. I said, "Why do you tempura it?" "Oh, you gotta try it." I tried it, just squishy, milky. I said, "Oh my god, this is amazing!
Yeah.
What is it?"
Yeah.
It was a blowfish sperm bag.
no.
That was amazing.
Wow, talk about an explosion in your
Oh,
mouth.
so I can't wait to go back to Japan in 2 weeks. That's the first thing I'm gonna eat. Give me some sperm bag. That was so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
bizarre.
Mine was not close as that. Like I never had fish sperm, but I had squid ink
Yeah, squid
which
ink.
was really
Yeah.
good too.
Well, we eat the eggs all the time.
Which
Like you
is,
top the sushi with that. I mean, is that a similar type of experience to the sperm
You
bag?
should go Japan once. I'm
Yeah.
taking 3 couples with me in 2 weeks.
Beautiful.
So they're guinea pigs. I'm gonna take them everywhere so they can give me scores, what they like, and then eventually I want to do a itinerary Mikuni Japan trip,
Yeah.
like a beer and all this stuff.
So you're taking a focus group with you?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, 6 people.
And I
So I
appreciate the
noticed-
invite too.
Oh
You haven't touched
we're looking forward to
the
that.
Guerin yet. Do you not drink beer?
no! I drink beer. I'm going to.
He had a rough night last
June.
night.
Yeah.
I'm going to a Sapporo museum.
So,
I'm
speaking of time, we talked about time a little bit. I just want to make sure that we are good with Taro. You're an amazing guy. I know your time's important, obviously. So I just want to make sure that we're valuing that. Are you good right now? We can wrap this thing up soon if you want. We can do another question on the hat.
I was gonna go
I've got
with another
1,000
beer.
questions for this guy. We could do like a part 2.
I have another question.
Yes.
So I usually get Asahi when I go in.
super dry.
Yes, love
Yeah,
that stuff.
that's my favorite
Mm-hmm.
personally.
I don't know, like this
Out of the Asian beers. What's your favorite? Because you got Sapporo and
Well,
we're drinking
Sapporo is the
Kirin
first
here.
one to came to United States. So
Okay.
in America, people know Sapporo the
Right,
most.
it's very popular.
In Japan, Kirin is the dominant. They ruled Japan for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Asahi is pretty new. When they came out, I don't know what year, 80s maybe. Super Dry came out, just took off.
I love it.
Without Asahi Super Dry, they'll never made it.
Wow.
Interesting. And secondary, I like Sapporo too. It's one of those tough things. It depends. I think out of the bottle, they're all 3 better than coming out of the draft, obviously. But depending on what you're doing with pairing it with a cold sake,
See, sake I know more about because I go to the sake factory all the time. We have one in Folsom. They start winning the silver right now.
Mm-hmm.
The new brewmaster is young guy. He's so talented.
Where's this at?
In Folsom.
What part? Like, is it like a sake brewery or?
Yeah, sake brewery.
Oh, cool.
And then they're Gekkekan Sake from Kyoto. The original store factory is about 380 years old company.
Wow.
So see, I went to Cordy Brothers this morning. This
love
photo
sake.
though was taken from your bar
Oh.
downtown. The bartender, I think her name, she's a curly red
Oh,
haired
yeah, I
lady, Angela. Sounds kind of like what it might be, but so this was April 1st. So I had this photo
Wow.
from April 1st, and then this morning I go into Cordy Brothers and I said, "What do you have for sake?"
And then you found this.
And
How much did you pay for?
these are only $5 each.
Okay, I know how much they make.
I was
now.
relieved.
There you go.
Yeah, so but
the cans.
there were some other bottles that he directed me to that were like $45 for the bottle. So I was relieved to find out that the one you like was only $5. So I bought 4 of them.
Yeah, sake,
like
sake has all
But these
the
are small.
varieties,
These are
too.
small. So if this
Right.
was in a bottle, you'd be looking at whatever, $30.
30 bucks, yeah.
I like to note that Pablo really likes his sake.
Wow.
It's almost
No.
empty. Oh wait, no, there's still some in there. It's like full.
I'll take it.
So yeah, best sake is called Dasai right now. That's the best selling
It's really
sake.
good.
Of course, I went to Japan. I wanted to see the CEO, so I went to see him.
Nice.
He was a very unique guy. He did everything that people don't do.
Hmm.
And then like making sushi for me too. Using tempura shrimp inside. It was big no-no for sushi culture.
It's funny you bring that up because I was going to ask you that exact thing. It's like sushi culture was very
I
simplistic.
broke every rules.
It was very
rules.
simplistic. Like you brought the flavor of all the different sauces, the
Right.
different types of rolls. That's something that's unique to Mikuni that I feel that a lot of folks have caught on to and replicate that.
Right. So, sushi originally, like you said, rice and fish on
Yeah.
top, called nigiri, means squeezed. So we have that too. Yet not everybody can jump into that thing. So I wanted to make something that what people likes. And then I never say no problem. So
Yeah.
I kept making it. And then first time I made a fair ox roll, which is our number 9
Love it, man. Yeah.
shrimp and avocado. We never use avocado in Japan. And then I eat every day, so I gotta have a different sauces, right? So
Yeah.
I put that. I served to one of the chef from Japan. They start throwing the rolls in my face.
Really?
I said, what are you doing? You're breaking the tradition. That's not
I
traditional.
get it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But if you study about sushi, the tradition, the origin is not found in Japan anyway. If you study about it,
Yeah.
280 China had it. If you go back, it was a fermented fish. You have to
Really?
wait for 5 years.
Don't they use rice
Wow.
for that?
Yeah, rice and salt.
That's insane.
So I told him, if you want to go that far, you
Yeah.
have to come back in 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a traditional origin of sushi.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So sushi made by other countries, but perfected by Japan.
Japanese people likes to do that.
Yeah.
You know? They
Yeah.
learn how to build the cars and
Yeah.
then made a hybrid. That's about it. And you know,
Yeah.
learn about beer, whiskey. You know, Japanese whiskey is one of the hottest things right now because
Oh, yeah.
they learn from Scottish and
Beautiful. And then, so I heard that I don't know that
Still on your
you
sock.
that you had an influence that now Japan actually has
Yes.
a California roll.
they do.
Can you? Is that really? That's not even a myth. That's a real thing.
Oh, real
In
thing.
Japan,
Right.
they have a California
They have
roll.
all different rolls and,
And-
stuff too. Yeah.
What
are,
did
are
the-
you taking the credit for that?
Where's the origin
No,
of
no, no.
California roll come from?
So I tried to find it, and then I met so many liars.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
said,
it's
I'm
mine."
the one, I'm the one, I'm the one. I said, no, it doesn't make any sense because I've been making for 32 years. Oh, 25 years ago. I said, okay, next. next.
Yeah.
But I believe I started in LA.
LA.
So somewhere in LA. But
I think that's
Some
just
innovator.
him being humble
Probably.
again.
But anyway, so yeah, we kept making new rolls, and now we have 13 head chef open their own, and
Yeah.
it's a compliment for me every time they say they want to open their own. I said it's great,
Yeah.
best of luck, and I want them to do well because there's more pieces on pie and pizza, and the last thing I want to do is they do bad and people get sick from it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
any help you need, I'd love to help them make sure they do fine.
Yeah, that's what when I study business and when they're helping each other, it's blue ocean strategy. Just you're helping each other.
Right.
I think it's just positive. That's how it
Like
is
a
in real
crew,
estate.
Billy, he's doing great. You know.
Oh, a crew.
I'm so happy for him. He used to work for me, and I wasn't the
Oh, I
good
didn't
boss
know
back
that.
then.
I wasn't sure how
That's so
that
hard to believe,
location
Taro.
was gonna pan out for him when he moved from Midtown to the old Andiamo location here in East Sacramento.
Oh, yeah.
because it was so much bigger. But he's doing really well.
That's great to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good guy, and I wish him the best. That's all I do.
I love it.
So for our listeners, Taro, what is your favorite roll at Mikuni's?
You know, it depends on the mood. It changes
Yeah?
all the time
Okay.
because, it depends on what fish just came in and stuff too. So, and then I can create, like last night at the fundraising, I did the duck sushi.
Oh wow, I've never
just
had that.
cooked it and just put on it, and I have a yuzu sancho, which is an illegal pepper. Mix it with the jalapeno peppers, put on it. Oh, that was
Fantastic.
amazing.
Huh?
Yeah, I want the fall apart sushi. The original.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you should
no,
bring
no,
those back.
You don't want to
That
do
should be
that.
a thing. Like give me
No,
back
everything.
Mikuni
everything
origins.
fell apart, no.
the origin story of Mikuni. Here we go.
Yeah. So, is there anything else that you want to add in about maybe your charity, the Mikunited, maybe how to pronounce it?
I think you hit it.
We want to make sure that there's anything out there that you want to help us spread the word, since you're always helping out.
I mean, I don't know. We just keep doing what we can, and
Okay.
if you see anything that you're interested to help us out, you're welcome to. But
Cool.
just coming to Mikuni is big help for us because without that income, we can't do anything. So
Yeah.
Well, and it's an
Yeah.
experience too. I think a lot of people who haven't gone to Mikuni's, and surprisingly, there's a lot of people who've never even thought about even going to Mikuni's. But what is the one thing you encourage people to do when you go to visit a Mikuni's? I tell folks, friends that I bring in from out of town, like, let's go. I'm gonna treat you to some of the best sushi there. If you don't find anything on the menu, just tell the cook
yes,
and let them have whatever it's time that they need to do it, and just let them do whatever, and let them just enjoy what they
Right.
bring you.
it's called omakase, chef's choice.
Okay, chef's
And then,
choice.
Oh, the other one is like you can tell the chef exactly what you want.
Yeah.
If they say no, then you let me know. Okay. They're not supposed to say no.
They've never said no, and I think they love that. By the way,
I mean, you can charge more, just say no.
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a question. So and I don't know if this is universal or just Mikuni, but I feel like when you walk into sushi restaurants, there's something every Shamashamase or whatever it is. What is that? And how do you say it? I don't want to write it down.
That means get out of town.
Yeah.
No. It's welcome.
Please leave, Tom.
Welcome.
Okay, how do you say that?
Irashai.
Irashai.
I mean, welcome.
Irashai.
If you say mase, more polite. So irashai mase.
Irashai mase.
Can we say that together
Can
when
you
we
spell
close it
that
out?
for me
No,
on
because I
here?
will butcher it.
Okay, ready?
I always found it to be okay. Go ahead.
Irashai
Yeah.
mase.
Irashai mase.
I love that because that's so synonymous with your restaurants.
For a while, because we had all the people non-Japanese speaking, so I said, just say San Jose. So San Jose, San Jose. And then one of the customer came in and said, how do you know I'm from San Jose? I said, no.
So you can do that, San Jose, then?
No, we used to say.
You can do that.
Well, when I was younger, single.
Like saying thank you.
If I said Beverly Hills, all these guys at the bar has to turn around. If I said Old Park, but we used to do those things. I got caught.
Okay, got
I was
it.
young and
I love it. I love it. So we're rolling on 2 hours here.
I know, it's incredible,
So we
man.
want to respect your time. We can keep you all day, Taro. So,
Okay.
and I know you
He's like,
will.
no.
You are so polite. You'll probably
Right.
can't go through all your meetings and just to be polite to us. So
I think they're waiting, but
okay.
So
see.
we'll get you going soon. But before we start the podcast, Pablo gave you something. Pablo, you want to talk about the gift you and Amy made? And it turns out that's a mascot of Mikuni.
Well, it's not.
nobody
the
knows
mascot.
about it. No, nobody
Well,
knows about it. Eventually, this will be.
Oh, is this a launch? A mini launch?
Maybe
You're
tap
like,
one.
I don't
Like-
think our employees knows yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're honored to have a sneak peek.
This is
Yeah.
something that Pablo, when he first came to work with me, him and Amy actually made us a painting for my wife and my wedding. And it was beautiful. He does this like really creative printing process.
Yeah, look out, Garibaldi.
No, but what I'm getting at is super thoughtful. So I want to hear
Yeah.
about this a little bit more because to me it looks like something my 8-year-old child could have made.
No, dude, that I made an
In all fairness, it's Pablo
origami,
did make it.
and it was so hard.
cool.
It's just so crazy how that's probably the I googled simple origami starfish. There are so
starfish.
many,
Oh, the
and
starfish.
it's crazy. So, anyways, that was just a.
I like the color too.
Yeah, it's got
With the
green.
hair
It's
on
got orange hair. I was hoping you're gonna come in with orange. It's purple
Well,
today.
I'm seeing my hair sponsor tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know what color I'm going to do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, let's wrap this up. We asked Taro to come down here to our podcast. I think we legitimately asked for about an hour's of time. He's been kind enough to give us 2. We appreciate it, man. I can't even tell you and begin to thank you so much for taking the time. I really look forward to this. Everybody that I talked to said that Taro is an amazing person. I know you're not going to believe it.
No.
That's just who you are. But they said, you get a chance to sit and actually talk to this guy. I think you'll see what everybody else sees. And I'm grateful I had the opportunity. I really am, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You
Thank
guys
you.
want to add anything?
So you know why this is?
Oh yeah, tell us why the starfish.
Family of 5 came to the United States, and we opened 1980. We came here in 1985, and there's so many of it. We opened May.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and also like 5 is love, and that number for
Is
love.
that Fox? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fox too. Yeah, that's it. So there's so many different meanings to it. I
That's
start
beautiful.
writing down 5 is about our numbers, so that's why I said.
Really?
Love
What's
it.
the animal has 5 legs?
What's the 5th sushi roll?
The rhino.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
honored with your presence.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Please, as always, guys, if you have any questions for us, we would love to have a part 2 with Taro one day. So maybe that'll happen in the future.
With sushi?
With sushi this
I'll
time.
bring sushi next
pressure.
time. We have enough room here.
Yeah.
And then we'd like to close out with San Jose.
San Jose.
San Jose! Irashaimase!
Visit us at the realhouseguysofsacramento.com. Really a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
Certainly, if you ever need anything real estate related, we hope that you think of us. We certainly think of you when we're hungry. for some
Yeah.
sushi.
And
appreciate everything.
Tom's
you're doing.
birthday today. He's treating to Mikuni's. God, it's happening, man. Thank you
Right
so
on.
much.
Yeah.
It's so generous of you, Tom. I can't even tell you how much that means to me.
Thank you. All
Right on.
right.
Cheers.
God bless.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.
Happy birthday.
Boom, boom.
Boom.
Love it, love it, love it.
Great.
We're out.
Got 2 hours now. I think it's 2.5 hours.
Man.
Taro, thanks, buddy.